Triple E EDC back again with another knife video. This is going to be another installment of the Knife Noob series, and this series is dedicated to asking questions or answering questions that people are kind of too afraid to ask at this point. Either they're too far into the hobby already to ask the questions, or you're kind of new and you don't want to sort of infringe on people. One of the things that I wasn't sure about really when I first got into fixed blades was the whole idea of a static cord, and also I prefer the feel of leather. You know, you guys see that I like leather, so I was really into leather sheaths until I found the static cord method of carry. And basically, I'll explain what the static cord does towards the end of the video, but let's go ahead and make one first, and then we'll go ahead and see how that is. So first of all, this is a paracord. This is not 550. This is maybe 200 or something paracord, 150 paracord, whatever. I picked it up at Walmart. No, I'm sorry, Home Depot. This is the standard paracord they sell at Home Depot. In any event, I just wanted to go ahead and get a small amount of this. You're going to measure out enough. Some people will put it in 2 holes and thread it through 2 holes. I'll just put it in the end here through 1 hole. And so let me see. The way I generally do it is I'll do it the length of the fixed blade and then a little more, because I like to tuck this in for appendix carry. So I'll do it about the length of the fixed blade and then a little bit more. And then, yeah, let's do it about right here. Okay, so go ahead and take this and cut the paracord. All right. And the reason we have the lighter here, and this is, by the way, all you really need. You need the paracord, you need the knife, and you need the lighter, is we're going to go ahead and melt the end of this. There we go. And what that does is it stops it from fraying, because you'll see that this end is melted. This end will just go ahead and continue fraying, and it'll get worse and worse as it frays until it's burned. So let's go ahead and thread this through. Okay. And let me just make sure. I'm going to actually try it on my body real quick and see if it's a good length. All right. So it's an okay length. I'll go ahead and tie this off. So what I do is I just take it and loop these over, right? And loop them through. And I'll push this down a little bit because it actually could probably be a little bit shorter. So let's go here. So like I said, you're going to loop this through. I like to have it sit flush, so I'm just rearranging it so that it sits flush, right? And then we're going to pull it extremely tight. There we go. And then what I'll do is I'll take this up to the end over here and just cut both ends off like this. There we go. And then I'll melt the end there. And the reason this works, the melting or the lighter, is because this paracord is nylon, and so it's actually kind of it's like a type of plastic, and so it's not like thread that's going to burn. I mean, it'll go on fire if you hold the flame there long enough. Don't do it too long. But what I'm doing is I'm not just melting the ends, I'm also melting the ends to here so the knot itself doesn't come undone, right? And so then once I have this, I go ahead and this is essentially your static cord. And so what this does is I will take it and, like, let's say I thread this through a belt loop, right? So this is my belt loop. I'll go ahead and thread this through the belt loop, right? And then I'll pass the end of the knife through it, and sometimes you might have to take the knife out if the thing is too short. And then when you pull it through, see, it's tight on the belt loop now, right? And so what happens is if you want to tuck it appendix carry and have this out underneath your shirt tail or something, you'll pull the shirt tail back, and then you pull this out like this, and it'll catch on the belt loop, and as you pull, it'll disengage the knife from the sheath. So pretty simple idea there. You can also, so I like to do this on the left side, my front left side, and then I'll put it in here, and so that when I draw it, I'm drawing it across my body. I'm right-handed, and that's essentially how that's going to work. The other way I could do it, and I do see people do this as well, is you thread it through a belt loop on your right side, or if you're left-hand dominant, on your left side, and then you put it just right in your pocket. And you'll need to measure, a little bit how far your pockets are away from your belt loop if you want to do it that way, so it doesn't sit too far down or too short in your pocket. But essentially, you can have it sit there in your pocket and have it either fully in your pocket or partially sticking out, whatever makes you comfortable. Again, because it's sitting here and it's lying against your pocket, you actually can control how deep it goes, assuming your pockets are deep enough. And then when you pull it out, again, it's going to hit that right side, and you're just going to pull, and again, it just disengages from your belt loop. So that's really the way to do it. And then obviously to undo it, you just reverse it out. So I'll show again, how it goes through here. Like that, right? And then when you want to get it out, just loosen it up, pass it back through, and you're out. So very simple way to do things, and very easy to make. I highly recommend that if you're going to fixed blade carry, that you do a static cord. It is my favorite way to carry a fixed blade now, especially, I wear a lot of slacks or for work, and I also do a lot of, I can't always wear a belt sheath, right? If I'm wearing a belt sheath, I'll try to wear it cross draw, but if I'm not wearing a belt sheath, these are other options, and it creates a thin profile here. Even for a thick knife, it's a thin profile, especially since you don't have to have like the tech lock attachments or any of those. So that's it. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them below. I hope this video is helpful. Let me know what other questions you have that you may be afraid to ask. I'll go ahead and make a video on those as well, and you guys have a great night.